Hello and welcome to another Wednesday with some math strategies. And today we're going to be talking about picture graphs, what they are, how to create them, and how to interpret them, and even how to make our own. So we're going to be working with picture graphs. And they are used to help us interpret data. The way we start with a picture graph is with a tally chart. One thing that we would use a tally chart for is if we were counting the size of shoes of the students in our class. So if we had a tally chart, it would look like this. And you would have a size for the size of shoe and the number of each size. So if we had sizes 5, 6, 7, and 8, and we counted how many of each size shoe there were, we might have a tally. So we're going to make just a single mark for each one. 1, 2, 3 size 5s. When we get to the fifth one, if we had 5, the fifth line is a diagonal line to help us keep organized. But let's say we had 7 students with size 6 shoes. We would do that. Next, we would count the number of size 7s. And maybe there's 5 people with size 7. 5, 10. And then for size 8, we might only have 4. So what we can do is take these and then turn it into a picture chart or a picture graph. So when we go from a tally chart to a picture graph, we want to make, well, a picture. And for each shoe or each pair of shoes, I'm going to say one pair of shoes is equal to one little shoe like that. So then what I'm going to do on my array chart, so this is the array whiteboard that came in your learning bag. I'm going to turn it this way. I'm going to put size 5 just like this on the outside, then size 6, and size 7, and then size 8. And forever, how many tally marks, I'm going to draw that number's pictures in the little box. And I use the array to keep it organized. So there's 1, 2, 3, because there are 3 size 5 shoes. So I have 3 pictures. Next, in size 6, my drawing's getting a little bit off. You get the idea. So I will have a total of 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of size number 6. Number 7, I'll have 5. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then for size 8, I will have 4. One of the reasons we use picture charts or picture graphs is because a lot of us think in pictures, and it's a lot easier to see which shoe size most students have by just looking at the picture. So that way, when we look at different types of data, we can just use our eyes and we don't have to count and we don't have to calculate. So that's one of the reasons we use picture graphs. One of the next things is that sometimes our pictures can mean different things, because we can have this one shoe here representing just one pair of shoes. However, if you are working with a lot greater numbers, you could have one symbol like a baseball. If we're talking about the number of home runs, maybe each baseball is worth 10 home runs. So there is a key or a legend on all of the pictographs, and they will help you understand how much each picture is worth. As an example of that, I'm going to go, this is out of the Go Math book in chapter 2. I just copied a couple pages. And if you're not there yet, that's fine. If you have passed this already, maybe you'll find a new tip or trick in here. So as I mentioned, sometimes the symbol equals different things. So in this, there's the key. So each smiley face equals 10 students. Let's see if that will focus a little bit better. Hopefully it'll come back. So this picture graph uses small pictures to show information. So this is how many students take these different types of transportation. So when we walk, remember each smiley face counts for 10 students. So we can count by 10. So there are 10, 20, 30 students who walk. And that would mean there are 10, 20, 30, 40 students who ride the bike. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 students ride the bus, and 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 students ride in a car. So, because the symbols represent different things, we have to be very careful and look at the key to see what each picture is worth. We're going to move on to our next step. Okay, this next step has to do with pictures and how the pictures can change to represent different things. So, in this case, half of the picture stands for half the value. So in this case, one whole smiley face equals 2 students, and a half a smiley face equals 1 student. So this time, when we do our counting, I'm going to move up here to the different types of fruit. So now we're going to skip count by 2s. So we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So there are 10 bananas. There are 2, 4, 6 apples. Because remember, we're skip counting by 2s. We have 2, 4 pears. And now 2, 4, 6, 8. And then a half of 1 is going to be 1 more. So 2, 4, 6, 8 plus 1 will be 9 students with oranges as their favorite fruit. So in this case, as we go through, count in the orange rows by 2s. So we did 2, 4, 6, 8, 2, 4, 6, 8, and then add 1, the half symbol. So this 8 is going to jump over here and become 8 plus 1 for this half symbol will equal 9. So 9 students chose an orange. Did we get that on our own? We did. 2, 4, 6, 8 and a half makes 9. So since both of them agree, we can check our answer and be pretty confident that we did it the right way. Here is the next one. Here the key is each full book is worth 2 books. So then each half book would have to be what? I'm probably guessing that you said it already, but it's 1 book. So like a little half book equals 1 book. This pen doesn't write very finely, so I'm having a little bit of a challenge with that. So here I have 2, 4, 6, 8. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. And 2, 4, 6. I can't go to 8 because it's not a full book. So I have 6 full books plus a half a book will give me 7. So that is the full symbol and half symbols and how to interpret how they're used on the charts. Okay, here is our last one for the day. And this is where we get to create our own picture graph instead of just interpreting them. And this says, while at the Science Center, Delia's classmates learned how many teeth some mammals have. Use the data or data in the table to make a picture graph. Use this key. So each triangle equals 4 teeth. So the first thing, so I don't forget, I'm going to go to my key here, and I'm going to show a triangle equals 4 teeth. And if I remember to do that first, it will be all ready by the end, and I won't have to worry if I remembered it or not. So we can start anywhere you'd like. It might be easiest to start whatever to avoid confusion. The top animal here, we should maybe put the top animal here. Our title would be Teeth in Mammals. And it's because it is a title, it's a proper noun. So I capitalize the T in teeth and the M in mammals because it is a title, which is a type of a proper noun. In is one of those words that don't have to be capitalized. But here we'll go hamster, and I'm going to abbreviate it Hammy. Hammy the hamster, because my pen doesn't write that small. And we need to show that Hammy the hamster has 16 teeth. So if one triangle equals 4 teeth, I'm going to be skip counting by 4s. Another way you can do this is on your multiplication chart. You can look to see where the numbers fall. So I'm going to have one triangle for 4, 2 triangles because 4 times 2 is 8. Next, 4 times 3 is 12, and I'm getting closer. And then 4 times 4, so there's 4, 8, 12, 16 here, and there's 16 there, and I'm all done. So I like to check it off so that I know that I'm done and I don't get confused. Next, I can go with the cat. And a cat has 30 teeth. So I memorized my multiplication chart a long time ago when I was in 3rd grade. And it took me all year. It took a long time, but I can still remember it. And my 3rd grade teacher, Mrs. Clem, she made me do it. And I remember that 4 times 7 is 28, which is close to 30. What that means is I'm going to draw at least 7 triangles. So I have 4, skip counting by fours, 8, 12, 16, and 16 plus 4 is 20, and 4 more is 24, and 4 more is 28, and 4 more is, wait, 4 more would be too many. What am I going to do? Haha. We are going to draw a half triangle. So there's my half triangle. And so if my full triangle equals 4 teeth, my half triangle will equal 2 teeth. Now, you don't have to write this down here on your paper, but I wrote it down so that you can see that and remember it. So I have 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, and 30. I've matched them. Now I can check it off. The dog, 42 teeth. That's going to be a lot of triangles. So I know that this many triangles gives me 28. So what I'm going to do is copy that many triangles till I get to 28. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that gets me to 28. And now I do plus 4 more is 32. Plus 4 more is 36. Plus 4 more is 40. And I only need 42. So then I'm going to do a half triangle. So that will give me 42 teeth. Finally, down to our friend the cow. A cow has 32 teeth. I don't know if you know this or not, but humans, generally speaking, unless they've had their wisdom teeth pulled, also have 32 teeth. But as we looked in the science lesson, I think our teeth look a lot different than a cow's teeth. But let's going to draw this picture for the cow, and we will be done for today. So, cow is, well, I know this is 28, so I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 triangles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 triangles, which gets me to 28, plus 4 gives me 32 teeth, which match a cow. I'm going to check it off. It matches a human, but that's not part of the question. There are some other questions below, but I wanted to focus today more on the creating and interpreting picture graphs so that they will be of help to you both sooner and in the grades looking ahead. As always, if you have any questions, please email, text, or contact me on Google Classroom. Have a great rest of the week. See you tomorrow in Zoom.